Hey everyone. So this upload is about Andrew Yang and his universal basic income flagship proposal and its effect on small business creation and boostment, or the betterment and acceleration of small businesses, and the effect that UBI, universal basic income, the freedom dividend, will end up having on people starting new small businesses for the first time and becoming new first time small business creators and owners and managers and all that. And so one of the just a moment. One of the amazing things about his plan is, so we all know, that his UBI plan, $1,000 a month for each and every $1,000 per month for each and every American adult individual. That on its own is huge, but one of the secondary effects, or you might as well call it one of the primary effects, will be that everyone will have can at least who wants to start a small business will have that cash to put into starting their own small business, or helping out their small business if it's currently struggling financially. It'll help people be able to hopefully save their business before it goes out of business. Before it goes out of business, and no one be making any profit from that. So yeah, it'll save small businesses that are on the verge of collapse. It'll help people start new small businesses for the first time. It'll help small businesses that are doing sort of okay, or well, the storage on my phone just became full, so I had to delete several very long failed videos that I tried making when I was super sleep deprived, and I'm resuming the video and stitching the two together and all that. So anyway, resuming. So it'll help his UBI, as I was saying. It'll help his universal basic income. Will help save small businesses. It will help save small businesses that are just about to go under and go out of business. It will help people to start new small businesses for the first time and be first time business creators and blah 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 blah. And it will also help businesses that are doing sort of well, or sort of okay, or even okay for a good, or okay with profits for the most part. It will help give them a boost, so that way they can expand and put more money into research and development to make their products even better and cheaper, and in every way. And speaking of starting a small business, I'm about to show you some of what's going to be, or at least the main idea behind what's going to be involved in my small business, and what I will be doing with my own small business once I get it started and get it off the ground. Oh, yeah, I'm holding my phone on its side, and the camera is right here, and I was looking over there. But anyway, here it is. You probably, or you might be wondering what this is. You probably are. It's, well, Daisy lever action BB gun, but you're probably like, whoa, what the fuck is this? It looks like some kind of homebrew science project. Well, that's what it basically is. It's a homebrew science project, so to speak, though this is just a secondary side project that I'm working on. It's got a $68 engine start capacitor, solar charge controller, 4 9-volt batteries on the other side, linked together in series, rechargeable 9-volt batteries in series, so it multiplies the voltage, 36 volts. I'm going to put a fifth one, so I'll have 45 volts. And 10 gauge copper wire. 10 gauge copper wire wrapped around the barrel, and there's 2 layers. There's like 31 turns, and there's 2 layers, so 31 times 2, so that's 62 turns or twists. And well, there's a transformer right here. So some of you are probably like, oh, I know exactly what this is. It's an electromagnetic gauze gun. And that's exactly right. It's a BB gun slap-on electromagnetic gauze cannon thing. But this is primarily what I'll be working on. I will primarily be working on developing and designing and manufacturing fully portable weapons-grade laser weapon systems to sell to the general public on the open market. This is like obviously just like a $1 laser keychain, but I've been doing a lot of research on all of this. I've always been tinkering around with this kind of stuff ever since I was a little kid. I'd be taking apart computers and messing around with all of the CPUs and the circuit boards, the microchips, microprocessing chips, the RAM, and just like doing a bunch of experiments with electronic hardware when I was a kid. So this is right up my alley, and I've been doing a lot of research and got a soldering iron, all the tools. Speaking of which, it's like, so this is what the point I'm getting at is I've spent between all of the tools. This is one of the things I bought this toolbox with electronic tinkering specific tools. This was like $100, and by itself with all the tools in it, obviously, and then that bit in between all of the parts, the supplies, the materials, the tools, the components, the component parts. Yeah, I've spent $620 or $640 on something that I'm not gonna be even focusing on for the most part once I get my business started. So, and this laser experimentation and development is even more expensive in some ways than this kind of stuff. So, it's like, I can't afford to get my business off the ground because, it's like all of the money that I get is either going into bills, expenses of different kinds, so buying food, water, power, and internet, all of the basic stuff. Yeah, bills, expenses, or going into savings first to buy things that I need or things that I want. And I can't set aside that money. I mean, it's taken me like 4 months. Like I've been sure, like it took me it took me less than half a day, or frankly, it took me like less than an hour or an hour and a half to do the work that I did on this, wrap it, do all of the wiring work, or at least wrapping the coil around there, getting it all nice and tight, and hot glue gunning these onto here and shit. But I mean, it took me 3 months to set aside enough money to buy all of the stuff necessary to just do some serious experimentation with this. Free fucking months to save up $640 to buy all of the tools and parts and materials, blah 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 blah, to get this far with a secondary side project. And I haven't even started that much on here. I mean, sure, like I've taken apart one of the free lasers, like these keychain laser things, taking it apart, and going to be soldering the diodes to some much more powerful batteries and power converters to funnel a lot more electricity, a lot more current and amperage into this tiny little diode. And it'll be able to, all this, like, you can shine this at something and it'll just light it up as a pointer. But when I'm done with it, the most it'll be able to do when I'm done with it will be able to, like, catch paper on fire. Like, you can find tons of videos on YouTube of people doing this, by the way, where they modify a laser pointer, and it's not even that hard to do. Doing it the basic way or anything like that. But yeah, modify it and catch paper on fire. Those videos are fun to watch. It's fun to watch all the different videos on YouTube of people modifying these little laser pointers and catching paper on fire, catching wood on fire, books on fire, melting through plastic CD cases, or burning holes through plastic and different materials fairly quickly. But yeah, that's what this will be able to do. By the time I'm done messing around with it. But I mean, I know all about what I'm doing pretty much. Like, I know everything that I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing, at least, like, almost all of what I'm doing. There's still some stuff that I gotta research to be sure on. But yeah, I took apart the diode and housing and all that. But and oh yeah, these are just some air rifles, like high-powered 22 and 17 caliber air rifles. Air rifles, yes. I might sell these at some point since there's no regulation. I mean, you can be a convicted felon and legally buy and own any one of these, even the big 45 caliber PCP or pre-charged pneumatic air rifles that can kill a grizzly bear with 1 or 2 shots. Because, like, apparently lawmakers don't know anything about these, or they haven't attempted to, since they're not as deadly as firearms, but they're getting to the point where air rifles are going to be able to compete with firearms on a 1-to-1 level. And then I'm sure regulation for air rifles is going to start coming down the pipe within 10 years. But anyway, long story short, here's the rest of the shit. Had to drag open this up and pull the BB gun out of it, and yeah, this was like the insulation or the padding to keep everything snugly in here from jostling around when I moved the suitcase around. But yeah, I got chargers for the 9-volt batteries, got $50 500-watt solar charge controller for the big battery bank. I got like a voltmeter, hot glue gun, soldering iron, and a Zener diodes, transformer, mini transformer, like 100 feet of 25 feet of red coated wire and 25 feet of blue coated wire. Blue for negative, red for positive, obviously, or maybe not obviously, but yeah, got a bunch of stuff in here. Some miscellaneous circuit boards and shit that I've been salvaging parts from, like old PlayStation 1 circuit boards and charging circuits to use to create, or to experiment on creating experimental weaponry, and all the fun stuff of the future. So yeah, kind of rambled on about that, but point being, I'll be able to kick this into high gear. I'll be able to kick my small business into high gear, and I've got several friends who are very serious in joining me in my endeavors, in my plans, and becoming co-founders of my small business. And it's gonna be named I have the name of the company written down as well. It's going to be Lethal Laser Arms, or Lethal Laser Armory, or Lethal Laser Armaments. Plasma weapons will be coming down the pipe later on, but those are not, even right now, plasma weapons are not exactly feasible even to take seriously at the moment. But they're getting there, because the military is proving that weapons like these are feasible to develop and the cost of the parts is low enough that, I mean, you could, I was originally thinking about, making a bunch of these and selling them, which I might do that, because with everything, just like after buying all of the tools and the that sort of stuff, buying all of the parts and components, I could spend like $200 in parts for each gun, and plus the $20 to buy the gun itself and sell it for $300. So yeah, 20 for the BB gun itself, and $20, and then $200 worth of electronic hardware and parts. Yeah, $200 worth of the extra add-on stuff. So yeah, make $80 a pop. Get everything done for 220, sell it for 300, make $80 a pop. That's not a good profit margin, but it is a profit margin nonetheless. So I might do that too. I'll be able to open up my avenues of profitability and options for what I want to do with my small business once I get it started. If we get Andrew Yang elected, if we get Andrew Yang elected in 2020 to become inaugurated January 20th, 2021, so he can actually be our 46th president of the United States of America. If we can get him into the White House, boom. If you're 18 or older, $1,000 a month for you, $1,000 a month for me, and every adult. So yeah, if you want to start a small business, you'll be able to. If he wants to start a small business, he'll be able to. If she wants to start a small business, she'll be able to. That's what I'm talking about. So get out there and vote. Get Andrew Yang elected. Please, for the love of God, get Andrew Yang elected so he can actually be our 46th president of the United States of America. I love you all, and have a nice life. Whether I'm not going to say, well, yeah, I'll say day. Have a nice day. Have a nice night. Whatever part of the world you're in right now. And peace out. I hope all of you are feeling good and excited, because I certainly am. Yeah. Peace.